How to open people up in conversation and social settings, social situations. Welcome in, much love. Trav here in Seattle. We got the Puget Sound behind me, Vashon Island over there, real beautiful. And I wanted to share with you something that I've been working on and practicing for how to open people up in conversation. And when I say open people, I mean open people to be more sharing, to put themselves out there and to take risks in the conversation more and say what they think and take their filters off a little bit, for them to be open to ideas, to considering, and to be open to touch as well, for a more interactive conversation. So the very 10-second version of this is mirroring their body language if it's closed, and then leading them by opening it and trying to like pry open a clam. So the key to this is focusing on the 93% of communication that is nonverbal, focusing on the tone and the body language in the body. And being physically closed can be a sign of being cold and trying to warm, but it's also frequently a sign of being crossed, of being closed off, of not being open, of not being receptive, of holding back, of not being physically open to share across the table, right? So what we want to do when we notice people are closed is focus on that and focus on opening them. So there's a lot of different little ways to do it, but the key is we have this 7% of communication conversation going, and we're interacting, we're listening, but it's not necessarily our primary focus. We're thinking about how can we open them. So one of the key ways to do this is to build rapport by mirroring them. Rapport is a concept of being in tune with someone, being in harmony with someone. If someone is angry, then we're angry. If someone is very cool, we're very cool. If someone is closed, we're in rapport, we're mirrored. That's a quick way to get on the same page as someone. So if they're crossed like this, or whatever, their legs crossed, whatever, we do the same thing. And then we open ourselves up. And a lot of the time they will open up. They will just follow us after we mirror and build rapport and okay, have you considered? And then bam, they open, you see it. Sometimes it takes 3-4 tries. The first one doesn't work, and then you go back, and I don't know how long. When I say I don't know, I mean it's variable. Different techniques and strategies of how long to employ mirroring and then leading. But it takes more times at other times. You can also do things like reach out and hand someone something across the table, and that can physically open them up, and then maybe they won't go back to being closed. I talked about routines, with having pen and paper and having them draw maps or write down words or write down recommendations. Hey, can you recommend me a music? Here, pen, what is that? I can't spell that. Here, what is that word? What is that book? I can't, how do you spell that, right? Hand them the paper and that will open them as well. Or yeah, I mean those are two ways that I use that I would recommend: carrying around the pen and paper and making it interactive, having them share, physically open their brain and their body at the same time, or having them trying to mirror and open. But the key in all these things is focusing on the 93% that is not the specific words, whether that's the body or moving something or the prop and so on. So I hope you find that helpful. Next time you're in conversation with someone and someone is closed with you, see if you can get them to open through these techniques. Write me, let me know how it goes. Or leave a comment if it goes great. Send me a comment, send me a Snapchat for more stuff if you want more videos or you have a question on something specific. I'll be in Seattle for 2 weeks, show you some cool spots, and then back to Humboldt, Arcata, and then the adventure continues. Much love.